All his life asking for food, all his life waiting for a little attention, all his life surviving alone. That's how Kibo was found, a homeless dog that spent his days in the market, walking among the stalls, begging with his gaze for a little food. While people were going and coming in a hurry, he just waited for someone to stop to notice his presence. But no one saw him. His thin body and dry skin were witnesses of a life of abandonment. His front leg hurt when walking, probably injured after receiving a blow for trying to get some food, but one day his fate changed. The owners of the stalls noticed his constant presence, and moved by his condition, they decided to report him to the shelter. Little steps matter. It wasn't long before the volunteers answered the call and went in search of him. Despite not knowing them, Kibo trusted them. Perhaps he felt in their eyes that this time he would not be rejected. Perhaps the simple fact that someone was interested in him was enough to give him hope. A little food was all they needed to let him caress. While eating, his tense body began to relax. For the first time in a long time, someone offered him something without asking for anything in return. They took him to the vet, carrying him in a cage. Kibo didn't resist. He didn't have the strength to do it. But more than that, he wasn't afraid. Perhaps for the first time in his life, he felt that he was in the right hands. At the clinic, he simply waited in silence while the veterinarians checked him. He didn't tremble. He didn't grunt. He didn't try to flee. He just wanted someone to worry about him. When the volunteers at the shelter offered him a plate of food, he devoured it with despair, as if he had never seen so much food together before. His eyes shone with a mixture of surprise and emotion. With each bite, his energy was reborn. Each meal was one more step towards the life he had always deserved. The veterinarians did their part. They treated his dry skin, examined his injured leg, and gave him the care he so needed. Kibo continued to walk with difficulty, but little by little he began to understand that his past had been left behind. Now all he received was love and care, and he knew it. Every day he approached his rescuers, letting himself be caressed with tenderness. His eyes expressed gratitude. Very soon those caresses became his favorite moment of the day. A few days passed and Kibo was transferred to the shelter, a place full of other dogs that, like him, had been rescued from indifference. At first he looked at them with a mixture of fear and emotion. He had never been in a group. He had never known what it was like to share with others. He had always been alone. But now everything was different. He took a few shy steps through the shelter, exploring every corner. He walked carefully, but as the days passed, he began to feel safe. He discovered the pleasure of sleeping in his own bed, the warmth of the sun on his body, the excitement of receiving food every day, without worrying about whether he would have something for the next day. The shelter became his home, and over time, his transformation was incredible. His dry skin began to heal, his confidence grew, and every day he looked stronger.